Hey guys, Kevin Blair with Element Home Loans, and you have found Mortgage Sense with Kevin, a common sense approach to mortgages. Again, I'm Kevin Blair, and I've got a very, very, very special young lady with me today that I could not wait to get on our podcast because if you look right here, if you can see that,
Oh,
the last magazine, the Real Producer magazine, Rising Star just happens to be on the back page too with yours truly, Kevin Blair. Alexis Scott, how are you?
I'm good. You didn't tell me you were going to bring out the magazine.
Hey, you know what? It's my show. I get to do what I want to. I
I
get to do what I want to. That was so cool and so very, very congratulations for that.
thank
Okay.
you. Thank
Uh, Believe it or not, that magazine only goes out to the top 300 agents in the Chattanooga, North Georgia area.
you.
Okay. Which means I know that already. You probably knew that already. But that means you're in the top 300 in the city. But here's what you may not know. You're in the top 4% of the whole United States based on your numbers for the last 12 months. Did you know that?
I didn't. I didn't. That's pretty shocking, honestly. It's a little hard to believe, but I'll
Well,
take it.
congratulations.
Thank you.
So tell me, we heard your story a couple of weeks ago. Who is Alexis Scott? Tell us about you. Tell us about your journey into real estate.
Yeah, absolutely. So I have been in Chattanooga for the last 11 years. I actually moved to Chattanooga for UTC, so go Mocs. When I moved here, I planned on doing public relations, so I really was dead set on doing that. I had an internship in which I had to fulfill in order to graduate college. And I had two interviews lined up with two PR firms, and they encouraged us to have a third interview. Well, there's only two PR firms in Chattanooga.
Right.
So I saw Nathan Brown and I saw Keller Williams, and it said team leader, and I just thought that it looked interesting, honestly. The way that I scheduled it, and it ended up being my first interview. And I met with him, and I just had this feeling that, like, this is where I was supposed to be. So I actually canceled the two other interviews I had for my internship. So my mom was going to kill me, but I was like, listen, I'm paying for my college. It doesn't matter anyways. If I don't get in, it'll be on me. So I actually then got hired to do the internship, did it for 6 months, and then was graduating from UTC that summer. This was May of 2016. And instead of moving off to a big city and doing public relations, continuing on, he actually encouraged me to get my real estate license and move forward with that and stay in Chattanooga. And of course, I'm 21 years old, no experience. Unfortunately, I sometimes still look 21 years old, so that
It's
is
not a bad thing.
it. But I just really had a lot of doubt in believing that people would trust me with their biggest financial decision as a 21-year-old. But it actually ended up being the best thing that I ever did for myself. And obviously, I don't know anything else. Here I am 7 years later, and it worked out.
Now, there's so much wrapped up in what you just said because it's not necessarily about trust, okay? To me, and this is just Kevin talking. To me, it's about integrity, it's about character, and it's about really working hard, okay? Because I'm on a lot of calls, a lot of nationwide calls with a group of loan officers. There are some brand new loan officers in the industry today that are killing it. And you know why? Because they're just going in and they're putting their heads down and they're working hard.
Yeah.
And it's amazing what happens. My grandfather used to tell me all the time, the harder we work, the luckier we get. But
Mm-hmm.
there's a right way to do this business on your side of it and on my side of it. And I'm 100% committed in doing it the right way.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, after talking to you two or three times, it's not surprising. I see exactly what Nathan was seeing and what
Oh,
he foresaw because there's something, we either have it or we don't. And lady, you got it in spades. So tell us how are you getting your business?
I wish I could say I have this like really good kept secret. Right now, I'm at a point in my career where I have about 80 to 85% of my business is coming from people that are my friends, and people that are then friends of my past clients, or repeat customers is a big one. And so, obviously that is a high number, especially for the industry, but it really just comes down to serving those people so well that they kind of do the work for me. um, I really have thoroughly enjoyed experiencing so much life in the real estate realm with my clients, because so much happens in 7 years. I mean, I know that I've used this example before, but it doesn't get old, of just being able to work with someone to buy their first home, and then they're outgrowing it, but able to then make so much money that they have enough for the down payment and then some and everything to succeed in their next house. Or then they also want to buy an investment property because they've done so well with the investment they made on their
Right.
primary home. And just having them, seeing people like get married and have kids, and just being able to live life with those people and help them alongside of their life changes. It's really honestly been an honor for people to share that with me, and also to constantly be thinking of me as to like, okay, this is, and I've had people say this is just like the sweetest thing, like you're my realtor for life. And I love that, and I don't take that lightly, and that is kind of my motivation in continuing to serve people well, is I want everyone to feel that way.
That is so beautiful, and I mean it. That is a beautiful way to look at it, and that's the reason. I'll tell you from the old guy sitting across from you now. That is why you're so very successful. I hope, I hope, and here's the here's the old man in me, okay? Because I've been doing this 24 years now, and I had a 20-year career before I started this.
Yeah,
I'm now getting kids that were children when their parents bought their homes,
yeah,
and now their parents are sending them to me, and that is such a strong. It just makes me. It lets me know that I'm taking care of people the right way, and
absolutely.
there's something about that. And can you imagine? So I'm a numbers guy. So you got in when you're 21. You've been in it 7 years, so you're 28 years old, 28, 29 years old. Okay. Can you imagine, Alexis? Look at this 10 years from now. Look at this 20 years from now. The business that you have, because it is your business and you're running it like your business. The day that we treat it for the money, it's over. It's
Mm-hmm.
over.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I know based on reading your article, based on talking to you 2 or 3 times, it is not about that. It's about the relationships and building a legacy. You've met Josh, my son. I'm building a legacy of a database that will take care of my son and his family for the next 30 or 40 years
That's amazing.
if we do it the right way.
Right.
I've made this comment over and over and over. I would rather tell my clients the truth,
Mm-hmm.
give them exact with the technology we have today, we can get exact numbers. Okay. The loan estimate and the closing disclosure can be the same. They really can be because of the technology that we have now. I would rather tell my people exactly the truth and not close the loan for them to find out later that I was telling the truth. I know this is hard to believe. I will get 15 to 20 referrals a year, Alexis, from people that chose not to use me only to find out that I was telling the truth. Now that means a lot to me.
Yeah, that is a cool moment. And I mean, I think that that is shared in every industry. Like, I can think of very specific times where I've told a client that it wasn't in their best interest to buy a house, which is very unusual for a realtor to say. And maybe that's now and the timing, or maybe because of their specific situation, or maybe that's a specific house. Just knowing what their motivation is, and knowing what is actually best for them at the core, and knowing that at the end of the day, that is your fiscal responsibility, or fiduciary responsibility, to be able to represent that and know what that is and do your best for your client, even if they don't necessarily know what that is.
You know what that is? See, God gave us 2 ears and one mouth
Yeah.
because we're supposed to listen more than we talk. And if we truly have the best interest for our clients, for our people that come to us, if we truly have the best interest, they're going to see that, they're going to feel that, they're going to know. Because I say this a lot. You could not sell me a house. You could not. There's nothing that you could say that would force me to buy a house.
Mm-hmm.
Nor when somebody's sitting across my desk, there's nothing I can say to try to talk them into. Our job is to give them options,
Right.
lead them down this path. Because
Right.
if it's right, it'll be right now, next month, 6 months from now, a year from now. Young lady, I'm so very proud, and I'm so glad that we met.
Yeah.
Okay, that we have an opportunity to do some business together. You know, you saw firsthand. You saw firsthand the kind of job that we do, the type of communications that we do, to make sure, because this buying a home is so stressful on everybody involved. It was your sellers that my buyers were buying the house.
Mm-hmm.
So knowing and you being able to relate to the sellers every single day, this is going on, and this is happening. To me, it's about communication. It's about taking care of our people.
Yeah, it absolutely is. It absolutely is. And I think that you guys do a phenomenal job at that. For anyone that hasn't worked with you before that's watching this, just to like break it down from a realtor perspective, Kevin and Josh send out an email. It literally, and I say every single day, it's literally every single day. But what I love about it is it's not this. I mean, sometimes I can just like have a second to look at an email and I got to know what it says and I got to move on, especially if it's every day. But it is the best email for that. It has a chart as to what is, all the steps in the transaction, where we are at now, and the date that it's been completed. So you know exactly where you stand and everything, which I really appreciate how visual it is and easy to read and easy to comprehend and pass along to your client.
I'll send you $1 here after we're finished for that. For that post. That was nice. That was nice. Well, let's do this. Alexis, what's the best way to find you? How do our folks find you, and what's your number?
Absolutely. Well, my number you can reach me at is 615-920-2566. I'm also pretty active on Instagram at Alexis Scott. And I'm on an awesome team called Chattanooga Property Shop. We actually are the number 2 team in the Southeast region. So that's my bragging moment on that. And we're very active on all social media at Chat Prop Shop.
Fantastic. And I'm Kevin Blair with Element Home Loans. Our website is kevinblairteam.com. Our phone number, our office number, which rings right over to me and to Josh on the weekends and at night, is 423-488-7571. If you like this kind of information, hit like, hit subscribe, ring that bell, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. If you want more information about me and my team, you can go to our About page, click a link there, send me brief information about your contact information. I'll reach out to you personally. Alexis, thank you so much, and I cannot wait to watch that rising star take hold, because I'm telling you, girl, you're on fire. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I appreciate everything you do as well. Thank you.
You got it. Take care.